What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Lavon Kaysen. This is another interview, and we have a special guest today because this guy's been in many podcasts. He's been in the weapon world many times. He's been to the Debunked and also Failed Dream Team, and he also got a channel of his own. Please welcome Demon Ralph. What's up, Demon Ralph?
What's up, Lavon? Thank you so much for having me, man. Honored to be here.
Oh, you're welcome. How'd you find YouTube?
I actually,
How'd you first find it?
I actually was always on YouTube, but I think around the PS4 and Xbox One launch, about a couple of months before they were coming out, I got really into like soaking up news and watching other news channels and seeing what was going on, and I was just really getting into the gaming community from afar. Though I didn't make videos, I was just watching. And a friend of mine had a channel. His name is JD from NY206. He's got about 60,000 subs, but I know him in person. And he was like, just do it, man. Just start your channel, do your gaming news. Trust me. And I did. I finally pulled the trigger.
So who were some of the first YouTubers that you watched that may influence you into doing YouTube, like getting into YouTube video creation, being a content creator, basically?
Richard Review Tech USA. He's not the first one, but you know, a lot of his videos come to mind. Hard 8 Times, Broken Games HD, Jim Sterling, Boogie 2988, some Markiplier a little bit too. Got into gaming on his side also. A lot of the smaller channels and a couple of the bigger channels got me into it. But like those are the ones I remember the most.
Okay. So what was your first gaming system?
My first gaming system was a Nintendo.
Yeah. The NES?
Yep, NES.
So how did you first get into PC gaming, and was it hard getting into PC gaming?
I got into PC gaming fairly recently, maybe less than 2 years now. And
really?
Yeah, I got into it mostly because of, honestly, YouTube. I started watching PC gaming videos and just hearing how much better it was on this end, the graphics, you know, performance, all that good stuff. And I started watching videos and I seen how crisp and clear it was. And then I started playing my favorite games on PC that I had already played on console, and it was like a whole nother world.
Okay.
And I already had a nice little rig, so I just put a little bit more money into it and upgraded it a little bit more.
Okay.
And then I really just took the full-on plunge. Was it hard? No, but it was expensive. And you know, I still have issues using mouse and keyboard. That's why I use a controller on PC.
Oh, okay.
But you know, the learning curve is not difficult.
Okay. So how'd you meet One Stop for Gamers and get into the Dream Team, and also what was it like to be on the Dream Team?
I met One Stop through. I actually hit him up because he commented on. I was in a little group of YouTube channels, you know, up and coming channels. They're like 300 subs and under. And a friend of mine named Chimpo Talks Gaming made a video, and I was already watching One Stop at the time. And One Stop had commented on his channel, and I was like, "Holy shit! You know, I've been watching you a while. You know, I think it's really cool that you're here and you watch smaller channels and stuff." And he reached out and he said, I'll give a shout out to you and your friend on my channel, and you know, because you guys are good YouTube channels." So he did. You know, he was a man of his word. He shouted me out, and I gained a lot of subscribers from that. I gained about 200 subs, and that put me over 500, and then my channel just started to grow from there. And you know,
it basically helped you.
No, go ahead.
So it basically helped your channel.
Yeah, it did. And eventually, I don't know how me and him exactly started talking, like personally, but I think, you know, Thanos was involved, and I ended up getting asked to be on the Dream Team after a few weeks after my shout out. And, you know, eventually he let me on. And it was fun, you know, it was fun in the beginning. It was fun. You know, things obviously turned out not so great. But in the beginning, it was fun. You know, it was cool. Like a little sense of community, a little group of friends. You know, all similar interests but different tastes. It was nice.
So, what did you think was the downfall of it?
Honestly, my personal opinion. I don't know if I said this live. I probably have never said this, but I think it was mostly because I wasn't available as much as I should have been or needed to be. because I had work, and whenever new
Mm-hmm.
members would join, we would change the time of the podcast. I don't know if you remember, it changed a couple times, and,
Mm,
and eventually Sunday was the day. And when I got a new job, Sunday was like out of the question. Like there was no way I can
mm-hmm.
do it, and if I could do it, it was once every 3 or 4 podcasts. I think that's where the distance like really started,
Okay.
and then it just kind of spiraled out of control from there.
Okay. So what is with the whole like heartache sharing your channel and every one of his videos in the description? Like, what is that all about?
Oh, well, we're pretty cool, and we game
Okay.
share on Steam and stuff like that. So
Oh,
we had a,
really?
yeah, we had a little deal where he would shout my channel out, and I did something for him. I'm not really disclosed to say what I did for him, but I helped him out
Okay.
with a couple of things, and he repaid me back by shouting out my channel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the deal was like for like 6 months, so that should be ending soon, to be honest. And the fact that I've been MIA hasn't really helped my case at all.
What do you think of the whole YouTube gaming community crumb side, and do you think it will ever change?
Nah, it's not going to change. It's entertaining. It's very entertaining. I am subscribed to a lot of channels. I do support some of the people who are in the Crumb side. Because some of their gaming content's really good. I don't do drama. I try not to get involved
Okay.
in drama. I don't do drama podcasts, but I do watch some of it. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I don't. We all do.
Yeah, we
It
all do
it,
one
it
way or
is
another.
it's funny stuff. It's interesting. Sometimes I feel like it's a little out of hand. It gets a little personal, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel people really need to just take a deep breath once in a while. But it is what it is. I have no qualms about it. I think it's interesting sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Uh, well, what's your favorite animation show? Now I know you're into anime and all that stuff. Can you tell us? Can you tell someone like that is getting into anime? What would you tell them to watch? Like what shows?
I would recommend Death Note is definitely one I would recommend people watch if they're first getting into anime. Death Note is one. Attack on Titan would be another. Full Metal Alchemist is another good one. Naruto, definitely. Those are all animes that have interesting beginnings, and you're going to get absorbed right away. So you'll be able to stick
Mm-hmm.
with the story and kind of just you'll be able to stay interested the whole time. I feel like anime is it's baby steps. You need
Mm-hmm.
to watch certain ones first, and then eventually you see what anime is all about, and then you can get into some of the more advanced ones. Like even I mean I say advanced because they're like long running, and they take time to get into things like One Piece, maybe Bleach, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So, what's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime of all time is One Piece.
Okay,
That is like the
and
greatest anime ever.
why is that? Why is it the greatest?
I just love the crew. Like the main character, Luffy,
Mm-hmm.
is my favorite anime character. My favorite anime character of all time. I just like his personality type. I like his how he treats his friends. How he treats his crew, and he's just an oddball, and you can never really pinpoint what he's all about, and he'll always surprise you. And I feel like One Piece is great. Like no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's been running, nobody's gonna die. But at the same
Okay.
time, it's you still worry about the characters, and you're still like,
Mm-hmm.
holy shit, what's gonna happen? I hope it works out for them, and you still care about the adventure, and like every new bad guy is just it just brings more out of the crew, and the anime just keeps growing.
Okay. Interesting. What do you think the future of gaming will be? Like, what do you think
The
is
future
what?
of gaming,
Yeah, what's the future of gaming? What do you think is going to be the future of gaming?
I think everything is eventually going to be a service.
Okay.
I think eventually everything is going to be like you rent a service or you pay a fee for online or whatever it may be. And I think consoles at least are on their last, maybe one more generation left.
Okay.
But
So just the ninth generation after that, it's kind of.
yeah, I think there's one more in them. But I
Mm-hmm.
honestly think with everything, the way it's going to PC, with the Windows Live Store, now Sony PS Now is on PC, and there were rumors that Uncharted 4 was coming to that. I don't know if you remember that. I think it was like a week ago. There was a rumor like that. If things like
What?
that start to that Uncharted 4 was going to be coming to PS Now.
Okay. Mm,
If things like that start to happen, eventually there's going to be no reason to buy consoles. And I think the
mm,
companies, I think they know that. I think like the Phil Spencers and the Shuhei Yoshidas, they know that.
mm. So, what do you think of the Xbox Scorpio and the PlayStation Neo and stuff like that? Do you think that they're needed or not needed, or?
I mean, I'm all for console refresh because better specs mean better games.
Mm-hmm,
If the games are better produced on console, that means they're going to be even better on PC. Me being primarily a PC gamer, I feel that
mm-hmm,
once consoles, surpass their thresholds and their limits, and they get better specs, better GPUs, better CPUs, games are going to start looking better, and we're going to start seeing real next gen content. Even in terms of systems and algorithms and all kinds of cool stuff that aren't just graphics that are going into making games. Once we see that start to advance on a console level, I think you're really going to see PC shine.
mm-hmm.
So I'm all for PS Neo and Xbox Scorpio because it's just going to push PC gaming even further on top of what it already is.
Okay, interesting. If you could name your top five favorite video games of all time, what would it be?
That is such a hard question, dude. Damn. Uh, Portal is my favorite game. Portal is definitely my favorite
Okay,
game.
okay.
Uh, can I name like series or they have to be games?
Uh, it can be both, like
Ah, Jesus.
games.
Like Grand
It
Theft
can be
Auto
for any.
series is up there. Uh, damn man, that's such a hard question. The Darkness is one of my favorite series. Darksiders is one of my favorite series. Paperboy, believe it or not, old school Paperboy was one of my favorite games of all time for so long.
Mm,
I love the Donkey Kong games back in the day. Obviously things change now, but I don't know, dude. That's such a hard question. I played so many games in my whole life. It's so hard.
Now, what would Nintendo need to now you're not a big Nintendo guy, but what would Nintendo need to do to get you buy a Nintendo product again, or if you
I would
even
buy I would buy an NX if I can confirm. Even though I buy most of my multiplats on PC, I would I would be more inclined to buy an NX if third party support was a big thing, because I know that means the system would last a little bit longer, and I know the system would have some legs, unlike the Wii U had, because the Wii U was a very
mm,
short lifespan. At
four
least it would,
years.
yeah, at least my confidence in the system would be there, knowing that they would have third party support, which means I know the exclusives that they make would continue on. They'd be able to make more and more, hopefully. But it would have to be a serious launch lineup with games pending.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
it, it would have to be able to have all the stuff like that Xbox One and PS4 has, like like the apps in terms of like the media apps and the TV apps and stuff like that. It has to
Mm,
have all that stuff. And
mm,
I don't necessarily need a gimmick. Like it doesn't need like a gimmick. Like it doesn't have to have a tablet or any of this extra shit. It's just got to be able to promise me enough exclusive games at launch and the promise of future exclusive games, and it has to be able to have third party support. This way I can be confident the system will
mm.
last.
Now, third party exclusives or multiplats?
I mean, I don't care, to be honest,
Okay.
but mostly I want them to get all the multiplats. At least I know that the system is going to be able to maintain its place in the market for a little while, knowing that they're still going to be making
Mm-hmm.
games for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's up to the consumers to buy it at the end of the day, I guess.
So, what would be your favorite decade? The '90s, the 2000s, or the 2010s? What would be your favorite decade?
Favorite decade.
Yeah.
Um, the 90s were a simpler time, but
Mm-hmm.
2000s were probably the better games because I grew up,
Okay.
and games grew up with me.
Did you watch the presidential debate or whatever?
I watched clips of it because I unfortunately had to work that night, so I was able
Mm-hmm.
to watch snippets. But from what
Mm-hmm.
it looked like Trump destroyed Hillary. From what
Okay.
I seen though, but I didn't see the whole thing.
Mhm.
So
Are you ever coming back on YouTube?
yeah, man, I'm definitely coming back. I just a couple of days went by without making a video, and the Neo was announced, and all the stuff started happening, and I just didn't want to be another channel making the same fucking video as everybody else. So I figured I would wait for things to die down a little bit. Plus
Mhm.
I have my own personal issues going on. But
Mhm.
a lot of time has passed, more than I had planned. So I'm probably going to start making videos this week coming. Probably finish out this week with no videos and start again on
Mhm.
Sunday fresh. But I do want to get back on
Okay.
schedule, back to a routine. People have been inquiring where I've been and hitting me up on Twitter and comments and messages and stuff. So
Mhm.
I'll be
Yeah,
back.
people. Yeah, you have a big fan base. You have a fan base.
Surprisingly, yeah, I definitely don't deserve some of the fans I have. I don't deserve any of it, to be honest, but I'm glad it's there and I don't want to let people down.
Mhm. So, what would be your TV shows? Like top 5 favorite TV shows?
Top five favorite TV shows. My
Yeah.
favorite show of all time is Firefly. Have you ever seen Firefly?
Mhm. No.
No, that's one of my favorite shows of all time. Firefly is the best. Nip
Mhm.
Tuck is another really really good TV show I was into
Mhm.
that I was absolutely obsessed with. What else have I watched and binged? Anime doesn't count, right? Obviously.
No. No.
The Flash is really good. I really do enjoy The
Mhm.
Flash. It's quite emotional. Um, Damn, there's so many TV shows I've seen. What was really good that was on Netflix? Daredevil. Daredevil's up there. Daredevil's really good.
Mhm.
And I don't know. There's just so many I've
Okay.
seen that they don't really come to mind. When you watch so much, like over a course of a certain amount of time, it just
Mhm.
doesn't come to your head.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay. All right, chat. Put your questions down below for Demon Ralph. All
Yeah,
right,
feel free to
chat.
ask me anything. So,
Yeah. Let's see if we have any questions. Okay.
thanks, Retro. Retro's awesome.
First
How many tats do I
question from
have?
that. Yeah.
Uh, Damn, I have to. I have one really, really large one that was like three pieces originally, but now it's one whole half a sleeve. So that's one. I got about 13 or 14,
Mhm.
and more to come.
Mm. So, what would be your most anticipated games of 2016, 2017?
2016 is almost over, and I was looking forward to Far Cry Primal, which I played and I enjoyed. Mafia 3 is something I've been looking forward to, but as the day gets closer, I'm a little worried because the graphics don't really look that great. So I kind of maybe feel like the game was rushed, but I hope not. Uh,
Okay.
what else? Watch Dogs 2 is coming out. Not really. I'm getting it, but I'm not like super hyped for it. All the games except for The Last Guardian have already come out that I were looking forward to. Last
Mhm.
Guardian's the next one.
Okay. Okay.
And 2017,
Mm-hmm.
uh, damn, 2017. What's coming out in 2017? Uh, what's that remake
Spider
that we saw?
Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man looked good. What's that remake that we saw at E3? Primal? Was it Primal? That looked really good.
Mm.
Supposed to be some remake. I think it was Primal. Not 100% sure.
So,
That looks
yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm. All right, another question from Afterlife Battlefront. What's your favorite hentai series?
I don't watch hentai, but
Oh,
if
okay.
if I were to say La Blue Girl, would that count?
I
I should have. I
guess.
watched that shit back in the day when I was younger.
All right, another question from Retro Nine. Are you planning to get the PlayStation VR?
Yes, I am. I do enjoy the VR technology. I have. I made it to the pre-orders before they were sold out. Like the first round, I got lucky, so I
Mm-hmm.
pre-ordered it. So I'll have it when it comes out.
Okay. Okay. Put your questions down below, chat. Put it down below.
What about you, Levon? You getting PSVR?
No, I don't care for VR.
Hmm.
I'd rather take the Wii U gamepad than PlayStation VR. That's just me.
No, that's all right. I love the VR stuff.
Mm-hmm. You think it'll appeal to mainstream eventually, or
I think this. I think it
in
need. I
its
think it
niche?
needs. It needs something like PlayStation to come out with it because I was tracking the sales of like the Vive and the Oculus. After the first couple
Mhm.
of weeks, they tanked to less than 1%. so nobody's buying VR. So maybe if it
Right.
becomes more mainstream, like on PlayStation, then it stands more of a chance.
Okay. All right. Another question from Afterlife Battlefront. Do you pull out?
Do I pull out? Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Another question from Retro Knight. If you can bring back any dead IPs, what will it be?
Shit. Damn, dead IPs. There's so many fucking dead IPs, man. I'm trying to think of old school. My memory's not the best. Dead IPs. I don't know, Levon. Give me some that you would revive, and maybe I'll refresh my
Uh,
memory.
Earthworm Jim.
Reform Jim, that would be a good IP to come back.
Uh,
Paperboy. I'd like to see another Paperboy.
um, what was that game? Crash? No, not Crash Bandicoot. They bring that. They bring that
They're
back.
bringing that back,
So
yeah.
Sony needs to make some announcements about that because they've been very quiet about that.
Did you guys ever play the game Vanquish for PS3? That's a game
No.
I'd like to see another one of. I know it's PS3 era, but that's definitely a game I'd like to see another one of. I'd like to see another Twisted Metal. Uh, Another Blood Rain. Anybody ever play Blood Rain? That's
I've heard of
that's
it.
that's another one I would love to fucking
Uh,
play again.
Bloody Roar.
Bloody Roar.
Mm-hmm.
Psyops. I'd love to see another Psyops. See, now they're all starting to come to my head.
Jet Moto.
Gemoto was great. The Suffering. Anybody ever play The Suffering?
Mm-hmm.
Or Okami. And I'd love to see another Okami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are definitely some games I'd like to see come back.
So another question from Afterlife Battlefront. How long have you played the bass guitar?
I played bass. I don't play anymore, and I haven't played in a long time. But I
Mm-hmm.
played for about 4 years. I was
Okay.
in so many bands, but I had one band where we actually released an EP, and I have my music out there from when I was in the band. It's my band was called Brain Dead,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some music out there from the band. It's not the greatest music, but it was fun for the time. And I got two basses. I got a fretless one and a regular Ibanez.
Mm. Okay.
Talks gaming.
Mm, no. Okay. What else? What else is there? Any other? Another question from Retro. Are you planning to do another anime loot crate?
I canceled the subscription because I started getting shit. They weren't sending me any good boxes. I was getting fucking trash. All animes I never heard of. All these fucking girly gay animes, like no real cool stuff.
Mm.
So I canceled it because it was just boring. Like nothing
Okay.
good was coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. So, who would you consider to be your favorite YouTuber?
My favorite
Like top
YouTuber.
10. Top 10 list of YouTubers right now. Who would they be?
I probably can't name you 10, but I can name you people who I watch religiously.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
Jim
do that.
Sterling. Jim Sterling is definitely
Okay.
somebody I watch religiously. Boogie 298. I have a close relationship with Boogie. Not like he doesn't know who I am, but his videos did a
Mm-hmm.
lot for me. So I definitely watch him all the time. Hard Eight Times I watch all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Actually, believe it or not, Resurrection I started watching a lot, even though a lot of it's drama. I do like his opinions on gaming.
Mm.
I watch your videos, Levon, all the time. Uh,
Thanks.
no, no problem. I'm just like pretty much people like some of them may not be my favorite YouTubers, but they're people I watch like without fail.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha Mega Sin is another channel I watch a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Artificial Entertainment, I try to watch some of his streams, but he doesn't really make many videos anymore. Another channel, it's a smaller channel, Leo DS. He's somebody I've watched
Mm-hmm.
for forever, and we
Okay.
started YouTube together like around the same time. Oh, I watch his videos a lot.
Mm.
Who
Uh,
else?
uh, okay.
I think that's it.
Oh, you can. Oh, okay. Uh, Another question from Afterlife Battlefront. Favorite Beatles song?
I don't like the Beatles. I guess we're not friends anymore.
Okay. Another question from Retro Nine. What are your thoughts on Sonic Mania?
Sonic Mania is more your kind of game, retro, not mine. Games like that,
Okay.
I don't really play.
Mm. Hey, keep them coming, Chad. Keep them coming.
Yeah, man, feel free to ask me anything, guys. I know some people have questions about the whole Dream Team thing they'd like to ask me.
With the Dream Team situation with one stop.
Yes, people still ask me questions and stuff, so I figured a lot of people still had questions.
That was the quickest breakout of a team that I ever seen. Like they just kind of left slowly but
Yeah,
surely.
a lot of people left.
Mhm. Do you think also it was because of one stop or?
Yeah, I think a big chunk of it was.
Mm,
I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody, and that drama's dead. I don't want to, dig that up anymore. I don't want to be, but to be honest, yeah, you know,
another question from Retro Nine. What was one of the worst games that you ever played?
jeez, it's another list that's too long. Worst games. You know what I find that's overrated as hell? Tetris.
What? Tetris.
I feel that game is so fucking overrated. I thought it was one of the stupidest games ever. But
Mm.
everybody loves it.
It's like it was like the Angry Birds.
Yeah.
Son.
Worst games. Fuck. There's a lot of bad games. Another game I didn't like that a lot of people did. Perfect Dark. I thought that game was
Mm.
yeah. I thought that game was terrible.
Okay. So you're like a member of the official member of the Weapon Wheel.
No, I think because I
Okay.
stopped making content, they BG stopped reaching out to me. But
Okay.
I was being asked. I was on a couple of episodes, and I was being asked for a couple of shows that I couldn't make it to because of work. So I kind of
Mm-hmm.
feel like once you ask somebody a couple of times and they can't make it, and then you see them stop making content, it's kind of like, all right, I'm not gonna bother anymore. I think that's kind of like what happened.
Okay.
I was still supposed to be in his. Well, last time we spoke, I was supposed to be in his live podcast that he was having with actual
Mm-hmm.
people, like on camera. But I haven't heard anything.
The Brooklyn skill tree or whatever.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything since. So I don't know if that's still happening. Maybe once I start making content again, we'll see.
Another question from Retro Night. Retro Night. What made you came up with the phrase PC Master Race Lawn Dick style?
I was just in my car, man. I was just fucking around. Like I
Mhm.
was playing a character, and
Okay.
long dick style. When you fuck a bitch long dick style, you fucking giving it to her. So PC Master Race gives it to the console guys, so they're giving it to them.
Mhm. Okay. What's up, PlayStation for gamers? What's up? What's up? Afterlife Battlefront. Another question. When you gonna upgrade from the 980 Ti?
That peasant 980 Ti. Fuck you, Greg. I was gonna buy a 1080, but the 1080 Ti is around the corner, so I'm waiting for that.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be within a few months.
I mean, PlayStation for gamers, so you're eating? Mm, nice. That's cool.
Lucky, lucky, I was gonna order food too.
You always order food like every day?
Not every day, a couple
Uh,
times a week.
you cook?
Nope.
Uh,
Lazy man.
mm,
I work too much. I be coming home, I don't want to cook shit.
mm. How many push-ups can you do?
I used to be able to do like 30, no problem. Now probably 10, 15.
Mm,
Been a long time since I worked out like that.
okay.
Not a long time, but
Mm,
it's been a while since I've like sat there and done push-ups.
hmm Another question from Retro Nine: which gaming company do you like the most?
Valve.
Okay. Apparently Resurrection got flagged.
Like his whole channel?
I guess he got a strike. I don't know.
Damn, that sucks.
Mm.
I mean, I guess that comes with the territory though, drama, right?
Mm. I mean, you got YouTube Heroes.
Yeah, that too. Heroes.
Like, what do you think of that? Like, it's basically a troll's
Yeah,
paradise.
pretty much. It's ridiculous. Yeah, he did get flagged. He posted a video. Holy shit. Yeah, it's a troll's paradise. All his videos are missing. Wow. Yeah, YouTube Heroes is so fucking stupid.
Mm. Another question from Afterlife Battlefront: what do you admire the most?
What do I admire the most?
Yeah.
Intelligence.
Okay. Okay.
Intelligence and willpower. Those are the two things
Mm.
that I always admire in people and just in anything, I guess.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Ralph, are you ready for 8K?
We're not even ready for 4K, but I'm ready. Bring 8K
Mm.
on, baby.
Another question from Retro Night: favorite music?
I like metal, but there's many different types of metal. I'm a big fan of progressive metal, death metal, melodic metal, thrash metal. I like house music too. You know, back in my drug days, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
kind of grow accustomed to listening to
Mm-hmm.
that. And I'm a big fan of anime music. I have a lot of anime like songs on my phone and shit. But metal is definitely the favorite.
Okay. Music back in the 2000s were better than now,
Oh my
especially
god,
hip hop.
music now sucks.
Especially hip hop. Like some of these rappers be like saying the same verse, like it's like retarded. Like guy, 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 guy,
That
or
gang
something like
song,
that. Yeah, it's something like it'd be like what? What is this crap?
it's ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah. Another question comes from Afterlife Battlefront. What's your favorite body part?
Boobies.
Okay. Tits. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
I'm not repeating that.
Okay. If you can another question from Retro Night. If you could travel anywhere in the world, what would be your what would be your top three places to go to?
Top three places. Japan, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Would love to go to Italy and probably Dominican Republic. Those are the three places I'd love to go.
Why are we doing Levon's work? Okay, let me explain this to you after life. I'm letting you guys ask the questions that you want to know about Demon Life. I'm letting you guys ask some questions about Demon Life. This is your time to shine. This is your time to shine, guys. It's your time to shine. I hope that answered your question, Afterlife Battlefront. You can
I'm
wait,
sure.
Armored. You can wait. You can wait. You think I'm lying? uh, mm, okay. Favorite curse word.
Fuck, duh.
Okay. Afterlife asks, how tall are you?
I am 6'2".
5'11".
Oh, you're 5'11"?
Yeah.
It's not bad for your age. You're still growing.
Mm-hmm. Like average height or something.
Nah, it's above average.
Mm.
What made me come up with the name Demon Ralph?
Yeah.
I actually didn't come up with it. Other people did. I've told the story a few times, but I'll say it again. My my right eyebrow grows like in a curve, kind of like a horn. So people used to
Mm-hmm.
say I had like a demonic look because the way my eyebrows grew, they grow like a I guess like an old school vampire's eyebrows would be shaped like a demon's eyebrows. So they used to say, "Oh, it's like Demon Ralph," and then it kind of just
Mm-hmm.
stuck, and I loved it, so I kept it.
Mm-hmm. Political question: Trump or Hillary?
Trump.
Okay. Mhm. What's up, One Mic Con? What's up? What games have you been playing recently?
Just playing some old games, waiting for Dying Light. I'm Dying Light. Wow, waiting
Okay.
for waiting for Mafia 3 to come out. I was playing Dying Light with Greg today. Play
Mm-hmm.
some GTA 5 just to get back in there. I was playing. It's a good game. I recommend it if nobody's played it. Gemini Heroes Reborn. I highly recommend that game. It's so
Mm-hmm.
fun. And if nobody's played it, I recommend you do.
Okay. I think this generation of gaming will have a lot of hidden gems. That's what I think.
Yeah, more hidden gems than blockbusters, definitely.
Yeah. Trump is your empire, your emperor. I can see that, Con. I can see that, Con. Nipple or Adrilola, whatever.
Areola. That's the
Areola.
that's the area around the nipple.
Okay.
Give me the nipple. I'll take the nipple.
Mm.
And the answer to Afterlife Battlefront is no.
Is Craig gay? I don't know.
I know for a
I,
fact that is 100% accurate.
so Craig's been high in the closet, huh?
No, Craig's pretty open about it.
Okay. And Kong is a Mexican.
That
Mexico.
that is also accurate.
So what made you come to the dark side?
What's Dark Side?
I don't know. I guess crumb side or something. I don't know.
I'm not in the crumb side. I hang out with crumb side people, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really. I don't make videos to that would put me in the crumb side. I stay with my topics and I
Mm-hmm.
stay with my content. I don't really do the drama stuff or call people out. I don't really do things like that. So if that's the
Okay.
answer to your question, then there it is.
Okay, I guess. Top five favorite video game girls.
Who asked that? Retro?
Yeah.
I,
Retro
I don't.
name.
I don't know, dude. Damn, it's so hard to answer. The chick from Uncharted 2 was really hot. I forgot her name. She's definitely one of them. Bayonetta, she's another one. I really like Trisha from Devil May Cry.
Mm.
I don't know, man. It's a weird question.
Yeah, I don't really think about that. Those are like NPCs.
Yeah,
I don't think about it too much. Is Levon the best YouTubers? I don't know.
undoubtedly.
Really,
Levon is one of the best YouTubers.
really.
I like her
Thanks,
content.
thanks. All right, how long have you been live? Like an hour,
Have we? Didn't even feel like an hour.
30 minutes.
Check.
Favorite type of alcohol? That's from Retro Night.
40 minutes. Favorite type of alcohol? Hennessy. Hennessy's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite.
Okay. So you're into sports?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Sports are not my thing.
Were you like a class clown in school?
Was I class clown?
Yeah.
I was more the kid that got beat up.
Oh, really?
I was a total nerd, so and I didn't really
Uh,
grow. I didn't grow until after high school. That's when I got my
mm,
height and my size. I was always short and fat, so I got picked on
okay.
a lot because I was like a typical nerd. I played video games. I played Dungeons and Dragons. I played Magic the Gathering. So I got my ass kicked a lot in school because I went to some pretty rough schools.
Mm, okay. Interesting. Favorite guitar chord? Chord.
You're an asshole. I don't play guitar.
Okay. Should Hillary go to jail? This is
Yes,
from Mike Kong.
you should go to
Okay.
jail as of yesterday,
Okay. Okay.
meaning like as fast as possible.
Okay. Okay. So she should have been already out of the question as far as the being the president. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I don't
Okay.
know. She doesn't
Okay.
strike me as president material at all.
Mm, okay. Let me see more questions. Favorite baseline or scale from Afterlife Battlefront?
Of course. My favorite bass line.
Mm-hmm.
Uh what the hell's Ace is High from Iron Man. Iron Man, wow, Iron Maiden was one of my favorite bass lines to play. And also Orion from Metallica was another one. And Pulling Teeth from Metallica. So those are some of my favorite bass lines to play. A weird question.
Mm-hmm. Damn from Afterlife Battlefront. Are you hyped for this is from Retro Night? Are you hyped for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2?
No, not really that hyped. I didn't really play the first one, so I tried it and then I couldn't get into it.
Mm, okay. Is Dave the best YouTuber from Afterlife Battlefront?
Dave is great. I got no problems with
I
Dave.
mean, Dave is pretty good. He has his moments. He
I,
has
th-
his
I
great
like that he
moments.
doesn't hold his tongue.
Hmm. Do you like turtles
No,
from Battlefront? Oh, okay.
I think turtles are the worst creatures ever. Craig, that's a joke.
So how you think that the upgradable PS4 Pro and Xbox Scorpio, how you think that they're gonna cover the sales?
What do you mean?
Like, are they? Do you think that they're gonna combine them into the regular PS4 and the regular Xbox One, or you think that they're going to have their own separate sales?
They'll probably be separated, of course, at different SKUs. So
Okay.
they'll track them individually, I'm sure.
Afterlife Battle from Davis, no Levon. I'll tell you that. uh,
Was that your phone?
yeah. What game ever made? What game have ever made you rage quit? That's from Retro Night.
A couple of games come to memory. I don't know if anybody's ever played God Hand for PS2.
Mm.
I threw my controller against the wall for that game and broke it. Ninja Gaiden, I literally bit a hole in my pillow and I tore it apart. Like I ripped a whole chunk out of my pillow playing fucking Ninja Gaiden. For some reason, the Evil Within, the first scene where you had to get around the big fucking monster guy, I fucking kept getting caught and I got so angry I almost punched a hole through my computer.
Mm.
But those three games come to mind immediately. I'm sure there's more, but
How long is it?
what, my dick, bro? Told you he was gay.
Mm. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? We'll end this little bits maybe soon. What demon is in you? Like,
What demon? Lucifer.
okay.
I wasn't talking about your dick. See, you're gay. You're gay, Greg.
And, and this.
Yeah, man, whatever.
Hmm. These hangout chats. My phone's going crazy. Hmm. Oh, oh, he was talking about how long the game is. That
What game?
game, God Hand, I guess, or something like that.
Godhand was long, but it was long because it was hard.
Mm.
I don't remember how long it was though, but that game was fucking impossible. I beat it though.
What does that this is from Afterlife Battlefront, Demon Ralph. What does that Chinese letter mean on your shirt?
It's Japanese kanji and it stands for power.
Okay. All right. Okay. For viewers. Top 5 worst anime you watched from Retro Night.
Top five worst anime. Retro, if you haven't realized by now, I'm terrible at these top fives. um, top five worst animes. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of bad anime, That's really hard because I've gone through so many. Ah, shit. I don't know. There's way too many. There's just way too many animes that suck.
Mm-hmm. You do need the power of anal. You do need power for the anal. Afterlife Battlefront. We're gonna end this.
That's our gayest viewer.
Favorite NBA NFL team
I don't watch
from
sports.
PlayStation. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I couldn't really answer that. I don't really watch sports.
All right, guys. That's it. Oh my god, come on, Afterlife. Come on, man. All right, guys, would you Demon Ruff, would you like to shout your channel out?
Yeah, guys, I'll be back making content soon. I know I haven't made content about 3 weeks, going on 4. If not, this is the 4th week already. But I'll be back making content. I do gaming news. I do anime stuff. I do podcasts. I'm all over the place. I'll talk about things I like. I'll talk about things I don't like.
Okay.
Just to do with the channel, man. That's it. Thank you, Levon, for having me and giving me the chance to shout
You're
myself out.
welcome. You're welcome. All right. Please rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you guys later. Peace, and thank you guys for watching.